Hello, welcome to Hindustan Times Digital. My name is Aditya, and in this video we are going to talk about the top camera features of the Samsung Galaxy M40 smartphone. This phone comes with triple rear cameras and it has a front punch hole design for the front camera as well. In addition to this, it has a host of features which lets you improve and filter out the image quality for better output and share it on social media. So let's get started with the top camera features of the Samsung Galaxy M40. Okay, so now let's see the camera features of the Galaxy M40. So this basically is the interface that you see when you open the camera app. It's quite simple and it's quite nicely mentioned in terms of the features that's available. So as you can see, it's got live focus, it's got photo mode, then you have video mode. Super slow is also there, super slow motion is also there, then hyperlapse is also there. So now let's look at basically what options you get with the photo now. So with photos, you have different camera angles that you can use and that's also because of the setup that you have at the back. It lets you click ultra wide images and then you have a closer perspective of the frame as well. The live focus basically lets you enhance the image subject, and what it basically does is that it lets you blur the object whichever you want, whether you want the front subject or the background to be blurred out. You have the basic Pro mode over here, which lets you manually define the white balance, the ISO settings, as well as the aperture setting as well. So it basically depends where you are and what time of the day or night you are going to shoot photos, and it lets you define what kind of image quality you're looking for. And yes, you also have the panorama mode, which is quite essential these days, especially when you're heading out for vacations and you want to click nice landscape modes with a different, larger perspective in terms of giving you more things inside a detail of a frame. In terms of the videos, you have different resolution and different screen formats that you can shoot on. You have the full screen mode as well. You have the 9:16 mode, and then you have this traditional 1:1 format, which is available also. The super slow mode is something that is also quite popular these days. It lets you take record videos in a slow motion frame rate, and it gives you proper setting in terms of how it enhances the overall video quality. Then you have the regular slow motion video, and then you have the hyperlapse. So these are some of the features which have been added into smartphone cameras these days, because the requirement of users makes sure that you have different variety, not only in terms of the camera lenses, but the overall software features as well. So this is the rear camera setup. Now let's look at the front camera of the Galaxy M40. As you can see, it's got a 16 megapixel front camera housed over here in a punch hole design, and in terms of the features, they're very similar to the back camera, but they are more limited in terms of what you get, especially considering this is a front camera. You have different perspective that you can shoot it with, a bit wider or probably a much closer format. Then you have the different resolution with which you can click. It's got 3:4, it's got 9:16, 1:1, and the full screen option is also there with the front camera, as you can see. In addition to this, you have a slew of filter options that you have. You have the original, you have warm, you have cool. Then you have the beauty mode, which has become a very part and parcel equipment of smartphone front camera these days. You can reduce the intensity depending on what you're looking for in terms of the body temperature, and it lets you filter out and tweak around with features basically which you want to do in a photo before sharing it on social media. Apart from that, you have different settings that you can choose. You have different video size that you can define for yourself. You have the HDR mode, which is there, grid lines if you want to define for it, and then you have the AR emoji option as well, which lets you take photos and lets you shoot things in an AR mode and use it for different emojis that you want to use and share it on different media platforms. So this is the Samsung Galaxy M40. With its triple rear cameras and a front punch hole design front camera, it gives you so many options to figure out which ways you want the photos to look like. Apart from this, you have other modes which lets you feel the dynamism of this camera setup and lets you take pictures in different angles. And it makes it very good when you're sharing on social media. So this is the camera features of the Galaxy M40. For more videos, check out hindustantimes.com.